Hi, this is Shauna with Valkeryie Consulting, and I am going to walk you through the back end of Falkin Realty, or Joe Sells Texas. So right here, when you log into your dashboard, you'll see your dashboard here. There's a few things that I want to make you and this client aware of when you're using a lot of the plugins and features that we mentioned for this blog. The first thing she's going to want to do is go in here and connect Jetpack. Jetpack has a lot of awesome jam-packed features that you can use for your blog or website that are usually only available to WordPress.org users, but it's actually pretty cool. So what she's going to need to do is create a WordPress.com account and then approve Jetpack. And this will give her a bunch of different tools and features she can add to her site. The next thing she's going to need to do is customize her dashboard a little bit, which is easy. You just drag and drop whatever you want, wherever you want it. So right here, she's going to actually have to authorize her Google Analytics dashboard. This will give her a traffic overview, tons of different numbers, things she can use for marketing and remarketing. This is really cool because you can actually go through their video and tutorial to where you can go in and authorize the plugin. This will use your Google account, and it actually does most of it for you. So don't click this box, just hit authorize plugin. Posts. When you want to post a new blog, and this will also show all of the posts that we have actually imported using one of our features, all you have to do is click on posts. You can click add new here or add new here. And the reason I'm bringing this up is I want to show you some of the features that you have when you add a post. So with this, you just put in your title, then you put in whatever your blog should be, or whatever blog you want it to be. If you want to add pictures, you simply click add media. It will pull up your media library. You can also upload files as well. You can add a form that has already been created. So you've got subscribe, delivery, contact, reservation, buyer profile, and CMA that you can insert literally into any page. And then the appointment booking widget as well can be inserted wherever you want it to be. Right here is a lot like Word. It's really pretty much the same thing. Your bold, italicize, insert links. So if you want to insert a link to another page, you just highlight the text and then insert that link. Read more if you want to just do a summary, and then you can also insert listings onto any page as well with this. FAQs onto any page. If you want to create a call out button, you do that direct from here. And then you can also even put an opt-in form that isn't already pre-programmed wherever you might like that. So you've got your different headings, different things that you can do with your font right there. This will divide your page up, so if you wanted to put content on half of the page and then more content over here, you would do one half, one half. If you want to do a third, it will actually program that in for you as well. So that's pretty cool. You can clear, you can insert a search field into something. So like on the main FAQ page, this would be a perfect place to insert a search field. Login form, because the IDX plugin will require people to create an account so they can log in, and you can put that form there. You can also insert a whole bunch of different short codes into things. You can do content, different buttons, different toggles, different tabs, extras, email. If somebody's logged in or not logged in, they can see different text. Put in a photo slideshow, which is great for listings, blogs, blog posts, comments, and trackbacks, different external things that you can do. So if you've got documents on Google Docs you want to share, or different Google Maps you want to share to different properties, you can do that as well. Content slider, you can do blog sliders, client sliders, testimonials, teams, portfolio, whatever it is that you want to add there. So that's pretty much it for posts. Other than going over, you click on whatever category belongs in that blog. If you don't have a category that's suitable, you add a new one. Then you can add different tags. Ideally, what you want is the category to be more vague and then the tags to be more specific. Another thing to draw your attention to is you do want to set a featured image for every single blog that you put out there, because that's going to display. So you can go from your media library and select any featured image, or you can upload a new one and it will plug it into that. Down here you have your Yoast SEO. This will evaluate how well you're doing on SEO, which is fantastic. It's something you definitely want to do. So on this you'll have your keyword, and then you just type that in and it will grade you and tell you exactly what you need to improve upon. Down here at the bottom you can put a slideshow into a blog that you've created. You can put sidebars in, you can put different headlines in, and then you can even put an icon for the menu for that blog. Not necessarily with blog posts, but it's definitely a good thing to have. Your media library right here. This will allow you to upload multiple photos at a time, which is great. So all you have to do is click Add New, and then you can drag and drop files over here, or select files from your computer, which is great. Pages. These are static pages. These will not update like a blog does dynamically, but this just goes over all of the different pages you have on your site, and it's automatically labeled for you if you wanted to update the home page. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Comments are set up to where it will filter spam. So when you get new comments, you'll see a notification here, and all you have to do is simply click to approve it or mark it as spam, or however you want to work it. Your FAQ section is right here. This will show you the different FAQs that we have already put into your site for you, and it works just like a post. So when you want to add a new one, just going to put a new one in here, and then add FAQ, and then put the question here, put the answer here, and then put it under the correct category and tag. So as you can see here, what we did for you was home buyer assistance program. So any other FAQs that would go in that section, you would click on this button and then publish it. So that's pretty easy to do. You don't really need to worry about Yoast with this, and you don't need to worry about anything else with this. It's just pretty standard. So that's simple. If you want to change your settings for the FAQ or play with them a little bit, you can do that here. I've gone ahead and configured this to probably be the most attractive and user-friendly, but if you want to go in and change anything, you can do that there. If you want people to be able to submit to your FAQ section, this is disabled unless you update to the premium feature for this. So, you know, you'll have different labeling, different styles you can use. That's part of the free option. And then ordering how you want them ordered on your FAQ page. But again, if you want anything premium, which I highly recommend that you upgrade, honestly, because it's going to give you the display style, reveal effect. It gives you different options that make it a little bit more attractive, using better permalinks, which is great, allowing a proposed answer if they're putting in a question, autocomplete titles, and then social media options to where people can share those as well. So I highly, highly, highly recommend upgrading to the premium. You don't necessarily have to right now. I just recommend it. Properties. When you have new builder properties to put in, that's where this is going to go. So you've got different properties in here. You add new. You can do it by category: bedrooms, bathroom, car space, residency site, close to, away from features. So just to show you what this looks like, when you click add new, it's going to take you to this. So what I would do here is put in the address right there. You can actually put in the address again right here for the property. And then on the right hand side is where you're going to put categories, bedrooms, bathrooms, car space, residency site, what it's close to, what it's far away from, and then different features for the site or the house. and then you can add featured images here. So what I would do is this. I would put in the address here. I would put an image slideshow in here using your short codes. So you do your short codes like this, and then you would create a slideshow, one of the two, and then, you know, you can just make it, I would say like 900 by 500. Show the navigation. Pause in milliseconds. Milliseconds should be about 5,000. And then you just insert that short code, and it will insert whatever slideshow that you've created for that. So that's a pretty cool option, and I highly recommend that. If not, you can just put a bunch of pictures on this page, but you'll need to make sure all of these things are filled out for all featured, for all builder homes and featured things. So, you know, and then of course you'll want to set your featured category for that as well. Clients, this is something where if you wanted to, later on you could add clients you're currently working with. That's completely up to you. But this will just display different clients you've worked with in the past as well. Whenever you want to add a testimonial, just log onto your dashboard, go to the testimonial option, click Add New, and you can see how it was done when I log in here. So what I did was I just took an excerpt, attached a photo to it. The ones I got off of your Facebook, I actually used the photos from the clients themselves, so that was cool. And then what you do is just like a post, you're going to go in like this. Here's your title. Right here is your testimonial. And then over here you're going to put the client's name and then the featured image. So that's pretty simple. As you grow, you can actually, we featured this for growth, so you can actually put in different team and team members. So here you've got this, so you can actually have a team page later on. Maps. What we did when we built your slider bar was we actually used something called a map slider. So when you go into maps, if you want to change or update or add anything to your site, you can do that here. And you'll also see the correct dimensions for each photo here, because if you change up the dimensions, it will break the slider bar. Object. This is kind of cool as well. You have different objects in here. I left the sample data in here so you could see it. So if you go in here, you can actually even make an object slideshow if you want for different properties. But you've got the apartment here. It's just got a brief little description right there. And then the estate type, so sale or rent, what it features. You know, obviously this is for a lot of luxury property, the way that it's initially set up, but you can add whatever you like. And then country, city, what kind of property it is. So there's a couple different ways you can do that. And then you can add different details here as well. You know, payment, commission, you know, the price, the deposit, all that good stuff right there. And then have Google Maps as well. So it's another great way to add properties to your site. This option right here is your Ninja forms. What we used Ninja forms for was for your contact form. You can build other forms in here as well. So you've got these. These are the short code that you would put into the page. Pretty simple there. They have a bunch of different training on here, so you can use that when you log into your site and get there from there. Mango buttons. This allows you to create different buttons if you want to, that you can put in later. But you've got, you know, color, grayscale, and that's in your post settings as well. Now in your appearance settings, you can go into your theme options and change some things if you would like. And you simply click on theme options for that, and then it's going to take you to this menu. So it's pretty simple. We did responsive design so that it could be seen on mobile. This is where we uploaded your logo. And then these are some different short codes that are available for your site, which are pretty cool. And then you can do the same thing in your body section, your overhead, your headline, your header, your main, contact page, sidebars, social media. We have these added. If you want to add more, remove some of these, you can. And then down here are your real estate options. This will display with your properties. So just bear that in mind. You put one in and see how it looks, and then this is where you would go to change that. Plugins. You can review all of the plugins that we have installed on your site right here with a brief description of what each one does. Users, these are people who will register to use your site or who subscribe to your WordPress blog. This will grow over time. It's not something you really need to worry about other than to keep count, because that's going to help you with traffic as well. Displit is what we used for your IDX feed. So this is where you would go for that. Now this one, again, I used the free version. I highly recommend that you upgrade. It's got a lot more on it. So it will actually keep your leads for you, search, and you can even import leads so that you've got them all in one place. So it's a great CRM tool that you can use. And then here's where you would update the settings for that. So you would have to upgrade your account. And you can go through this and actually click through here and see all the features that the upgrade allows. The upgrade is a $99 setup fee from Displit, and then $59 a month. But I think it is well worth it, and it's one of the most cost-effective options that I found when I was shopping for IDX displays for you. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that as well, and it will definitely help you grow that database faster. Here is where you would do your settings, your general settings, what you do when you're writing, how people are reading a discussion, media, permalinks, Sumo Me, and then easy Twitter feed widget options as well. Bookly, this is something you're going to have to go in and configure. Bookly is your appointment building widget, and on this it will actually take you to a calendar when you first log in. We'll also show you appointments, staff members, services, customers, email notifications, give you SMS notifications, which is cool. So you click on this, and people get a text message, which I like. But you have to register to begin to use the service. So I can't really show you too much about it. They pretty much will walk you through it, but you know, you can actually send SMS appointment reminders, which is cool, and it will do it for you. If there's something that you charge for with the client, you can set up payments here, which is nice. The appearance, what your thing looks like, if you want to add custom fields. But here's where you're going to have to go in and set this up. You're going to click on settings. General, you're going to want to go through this tab and make sure it's all correct. Your company, I put in here already. Customers, did that. Google Calendar, this will actually go through and integrate with your Google Calendar so that, you know, anytime you already have blocked off, people won't select for an appointment, so that you're not having a bunch of different issues or problems with that. So the instructions are pretty simple here. You go here, select a project. If you need help with this, we can help you with this. It is a $49 fee for us to configure this for you, but it is something we can do. And then here is where you would go in and set your business hours and your days off. And then you can also set your holiday schedule. So it's got a lot of things in here that make your life quite a bit easier. Now, what I would recommend is you set your business hours. You don't necessarily need to do this because after you sync it to your Google Calendar, any days off that you mark on that calendar or any events you have on there will be on there. So that's not something that is too hefty to worry about. Now, for your SEO, there's a few things you need to do as well. SEO, we fixed it. You're going to want to put in, you know, company name, upload your logo here, Webmaster Tools, you're going to have to click on each one of these and then verify the Webmaster Tools for that. And then go in there and do all that fun stuff, and then just go through each section of this, like titles and metas, you know, what you want your home page to be, post types, if you want to do a meta description template, which I recommend doing, focusing on some of your keywords. So this is, you know, some homework you have to do with SEO. If you want help with that, that is an hourly fee, and we charge 75 bucks an hour for that. This is where you would plug in all of your social media accounts. Again, we can do this for you for a fee. Advanced, you don't have to worry about too much. But you can do breadcrumbs, have permalinks on there, you know, and just do a bunch of different setup options. So there's a lot to this. And again, we can configure it for you, but it is 75 bucks an hour. The next thing I'm going to show you is WP Fastest Cache. And this will actually help your website run sooner. So I would recommend every 30 days or so setting up a reminder to delete the cache. And then I would also recommend upgrading this plugin so that you can optimize your pictures, because you're going to have a lot of pictures. That's going to kill your load time over time. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend an image optimizer, because the more things you put on your site, the slower it's going to run. Auto blog. This is where I have already imported several different real estate feeds. You can import more if you want, but we did Texas Association of Realtors, CNN Real Estate, and Housing Wire. It gives you a report on how many were imported, when they were imported, and all of that fun stuff. So you can actually go in here and see feeds. I'm going to make this really easy for you. If you want to add a new feed, all you have to do is click clone, go into the settings, because I have all the settings optimized for each feed that I've already pulled in. Bloom is your opt-in form, and you have three. You've got a pop-up, inline, which goes below your post, and then the widget as well. So if you want to go in and customize any of these, it'll walk you through it step by step, and they're already synced with your MailChimp, so you just go in and edit those. And then huge IT forms. This is where we put your buyer profile and your CMA. Just so you can see how easy this is. If you want to build a new form or even change up a form we have, you can edit, you can duplicate it, you can remove it. So you've got all these fields here, they're already done. And then to insert that into any page, you just put this here. So it's pretty simple, and you can customize whatever you want for however you want. So I highly recommend doing that as well. And then this will give you all of your mailings from the forms. And then here's where you go for your general options. And I already set up a lot of your general options. But if you want to send, you know, if they want to send an email to you, or if you want to send an email to a user, you can do that direct from here as well. And then InstaLink. This is your Instagram feed. Bear with me just a few more minutes. We're almost done. This gives you the short code, and it imports your Instagram feed. You can also pull things in by hashtag if you want. And then this is your short code, which we went in and put on your sidebar already. So that's pretty cool. I've already connected you to your Instagram account, so you're good there. So it will automatically pull from your account, so post more on Instagram. These two things you don't really need to stress about. This is something you are going to have to submit to Google Webmaster Tools. This is your sitemap. And then this is what your sitemap looks like. So what you're going to have to do is Google Webmaster Tools or Google Submit Sitemap, and it will walk you through that process. It's really not that difficult, so I have every confidence that you can do that. Last but not least, I want to show you SumoMe. think I have you saved in here. I'm not sure. And I don't. Okay, that isn't good. Alright, so what's going to happen is I'm going to click on Forgot Password. We can go over this at another time. Nope. I'm going to try one more. Okay. I might have duplicated one of the passwords that you already gave me for this, so let me do some research on that. But SumoMe is really just going to go over what I've kind of showed you before. SumoMe adds a few features to your website. I added, I believe, 2 or 3. There's one more that you're probably going to want to add, just not right yet. But when you go to your home page, right here, this is SumoMe. This is one of the things that they feature. So that's essentially what logging into that does, is allow you to add more or subtract from these social networks. So you've got a lot of options there as well. And that is actually pretty much it, other than your maps. You can create maps to properties. I already created one for your office, and it comes with the short code as well. So as you can see here, Falkin Realty. And this is the short code for that, so that's how I installed that on different pages. And select the zoom level, center, roadmap, put markers in, and just kind of go from there. So it's really cool. There is an upgrade for this. You can add more detailed information for $40. That's through them. But, you know, go in here, click around with some things, and then let us know what questions you have. And of course, for a full review of each plugin we used on this site and everything that we did for this site, you can visit us online using the link below. I hope you found this information useful, and I will see you next time.